If your cruise is stopping in Cabo San Lucas during whale season, the Cabo Adventures Luxury Whale Watching Tour may be the best 2.5 hours you spend off your ship. Hi, I'm Tiffany from Destination for Vacation. Thanks for joining me. I've taken whale watching tours before where you spend what feels like hours scanning the horizon, and then after spotting maybe 1 or 2 plumes of mist above the water in the distance, calling it a day. I expected something similar when I booked the 2.5-hour luxury whale watching tour with Cabo Adventures. Fortunately, that wasn't the case. After tendering into port from your cruise ship, you walk a short distance to board a catamaran. For safety reasons, shoes are removed before stepping aboard, which also gives the boat a relaxed, informal feel right away. The tour is limited to about 30 guests, so while it's not private, it doesn't feel crowded. There's padded bench seating at the front of the boat that offers wide, unobstructed views, though there is no shade, so do make sure to wear sunscreen. As you head out of the marina, you'll cruise past the arch at Land's End and the granite rock formations that make Cabo instantly recognizable. It's also a perfect vantage point for getting some great shots of your cruise ship from the water. Once past Los Arcos, the catamaran turns toward the Pacific, and it wasn't long before we began spotting spouts in the distance. At first, they were subtle, a mist against the horizon, but the sightings quickly grew closer. And that's when the real show started. A humpback surged out of the water in the distance and crashed back down. Moments later, we had some hitchhikers, a group of 4 whales traveling together, surfacing in sequence as they glided smoothly through the water. There was a rhythm to it. Surface, breathe, dive, then repeat. At times, the whales were close enough to see the full arc of their backs before their flukes lifted high and disappeared beneath the surface. One whale rolled onto its side near the boat and slowly raised its long pectoral fin above the water, almost as if waving, before easing back under. It didn't feel like we were chasing whales. It felt like we were surrounded by them. This wasn't a quiet morning of distant sightings. The whales were breaching, rolling, lifting their flukes, and moving in nearly every direction around our boat. What stood out was how steady the activity felt. We weren't waiting long stretches between sightings. The whales seemed to be everywhere. Throughout the crew shares narration about the whales' migration and habits. These whales travel as far as 6,000 miles from places like Alaska and Siberia to reach the warmer waters of Baja. They arrive in December, remain through April, and then begin the long journey north again. These waters serve as a breeding and nursery ground, which is why you often see mothers with calves. The meeting of Pacific currents and the Sea of Cortez creates an ideal environment for these animals to rest, breed, and raise their young. At one point, the engines were cut completely and a hydrophone was lowered into the water. The boat became still. Through the speakers came the low, steady sound of whale song rising from beneath us. Not loud, not theatrical, but unmistakable. It's one thing to see a whale breach. It's another to hear them communicating nearby. Before I knew it, our time was up and we headed on back. But first, the grand finale.
Oh my God!
I think it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyways. This was a phenomenal experience. I'm prone to motion sickness, so I took Dramamine beforehand and had no issues. The catamaran is stable and the ride is smooth. Drinks are included throughout the cruise, along with a light lunch. Whale watching season in Cabo runs from December through April, with February and March often providing especially strong sightings, sometimes even visible from your cruise ship. I expected a pleasant cruise with a few distant sightings. Little did I know that it would feel as though we were sitting right in the middle of the whales' migration. If your cruise ship stops in Cabo during whale season, this is one shore excursion you don't want to miss. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please do consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you're planning a cruise to Mexico, be sure to check out other Mexican Riviera shore excursion videos on Destination for Vacations channel. I hope to see you again soon in one of these videos. Until then, here's hoping that your next adventure is just around the corner.